So hello friends, now we start with the actual problem solving of the determinants, and to start with this problem solving, just keep in mind that this is our let's say this is our problem solving toolbox. This is the problem solving box. Then what tools do we use to solve the questions actually now? So the first tool is you should be comfortable with 11 properties of determinant. You should be very comfortable. You should be good in observation. You should be good in observation because like which property to use and how to use in which order. So observation would play a very important role. And then you should be comfortable with our 3 strategies जो हमने सीखी थी. And to name these strategies, they were having like identical elements in some row or column. Try to get identical elements in any one row or column, and then you try to have like factors common from the determinant. Take something common. Try to take the factors common from the denominator. This will help you in simplifying the determinant. Calculations कम हो जाएंगी उससे. And the third thing is like, if possible, try to get 2 zeros in any one row or column. And this is our simple problem solving toolbox. You should be comfortable with the 11 properties. Then you should be very good in observation. You have to read between the lines. And then third strategy is like you should be comfortable with the 3 strategies. So now we start with the first problem. And if I start with this question, the main idea is observation. So the first observation that you can make out here is that the first column contains identical elements. Now whenever a column contains identical elements, you should always use this transformation. Always try to use this one, that from the third row I subtract the second row. Now this will not affect the first and second rows. This transformation does not affect the first and second rows. So the next transformation I take simultaneously, which is from the second row I subtract second and first. Now keep in mind, and this is important as well, that this transformation, the first one, it does not change R1 and R2. It does not make any change in R1 and R2, and therefore this simultaneous transformation, simultaneously we are using the second transformation, will be correct because R1 R2 are same. There has not been any change here. This will only affect R3. This will not affect R1 R2. So the next transformation is R2 minus R1. We can do both of them simultaneously because the first transformation does not affect the rows or columns involved in the second transformation, right? So let's apply them simultaneously and let's see what happens. So if I apply them simultaneously, what we get here is 0. From the third row I am subtracting the second row, so 1 minus 1 is 0. We get C minus B, and then you have C square minus B square, right? Now from the second row you have to subtract the first row, second transformation. From the second row you have to subtract the first row, so this becomes 0, B minus A, and then B square minus A square. And then we are not making any change in the first row, so we'll leave it as it was. Now do not rush for expanding the determinant at this stage. In fact, if you observe carefully, from the third row, maybe from the third row I can take C minus B common. This is a small observation, that from the third row I can take C minus B common, and from the second row I can take B minus A common, right? I told you that try to take the factors common from some row or column, and we discussed here, because this will help you in expanding the determinant fast. So let's proceed with the calculations. So very quickly we take C minus B common from the third row and B minus A common from the second row to obtain 0, 1, C plus B, 0, 1, A plus B, 1, A square, and now you can easily expand this determinant along the first column. So to get the result, this into b plus c minus a plus b, which is same as c minus b, b minus a times c minus a. Now if I look at the right side, I want a minus b and we have b minus a, so we can take minus 1 common from here. Similarly, I want b minus c and we have c minus b, so we again take minus 1 common from here, so we get minus 1 squared times b minus c, b minus a minus b times a minus b into c minus a, and that completes the proof, right? So the key idea was observing that whenever you have 3 identical elements in some row or column, you should always look for this transformation. This becomes very important, and try to use them simultaneously, because you can use 2 or more transformations at one time, provided the initial transformation is not affecting the rows and columns of the next transformation. As long as the subsequent rows and columns are not affected, you can always use as many transformations as you want. So we now move to the next problem. So now you have to solve this one, right? So look at the question carefully. The first thing that you have to realize here is the expression a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. So now this is a standard result which you have studied in class 10th, that a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc can be written as a plus b plus c times a square plus b square plus c square minus ca minus bc minus ab. Right? We have studied this in class 10th. So this was class grade 10th stuff which we have done. Because once you know this formula, then immediately the key idea strikes कि हमें a plus b plus c common मिलना चाहिए. If right hand side is equal to this, then we should get a plus b plus c common. And if I now observe the determinant, making a plus b plus c common is easy, because what you can do is maybe in the first column you can add the remaining 2 columns, second and third columns. So we get the value of the determinant as a plus b plus c. In the first column we are adding second and third columns. Again this is b plus c plus a, and then you have c plus b plus a. Remaining 2 columns को हम वैसे ही छोड़ देंगे जैसे थे, a b. Now again, exactly like the previous question, what you find is that the first column contains identical elements. So let's take a plus b plus c common from here. You get a plus b plus c times 1 1 1 b c a c a b, and this is again same as a plus b plus c. Now as in the previous question, since we have 3 identical elements in the first column, we immediately go for our odd transformations, which were R3 is R3 minus R2 and R2 is R2 minus R1. So we use these 2 transformations simultaneously. So let's see what happens. Now I get, from the third row we are subtracting the second row, so you get 0, a minus c, b minus a. From the second row subtract the first row, you get 0, c minus b, a minus c, and then you have 1 b c. Right? Now we cannot take anything common from the second row or the third row. Now you cannot take anything common, so we simply expand it along the first column. So once we start expanding it along the first column, we get a plus b plus c times c minus b, b minus a minus a minus c squared, which is same as a plus b plus c times, let's multiply this, you get bc minus ac minus b square plus ab minus a square minus c square plus 2ac, and if we simplify this you get a plus b plus c times a plus b plus c times bc. Now you have this minus ac and plus 2ac, so we get plus ac plus ab minus a square minus b square minus c square, which is same as taking the minus common, a plus b plus c times a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca. And now probably we are done, because this is nothing but the standard factorization that we talked about initially. So this gives you a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc, right? So that proves one of the parts. Now the next part of the question talks about, you also have to prove, you were supposed to prove that the value of determinant will be negative, and it was given that ABC are distinct, positive numbers. So if ABC are distinct, we are also supposed to prove this result. हमें ये भी prove करना है अभी. तो अब हम इसको कैसे prove कर सकते हैं? There are two methods of proving this. The first method is obviously we can apply AMGM inequality. We can apply AMGM inequality on the three numbers a cube, b cube, c cube. So what this AMGM inequality suggests is, for positive numbers, AM should be greater than or equal to GM, and if the numbers are equal, if all numbers are equal, then AM should be equal to GM. This is the AMGM inequality for positive real numbers, right? So we apply AMGM inequality on these three numbers a cube, b cube and c cube to get, now arithmetic mean of the numbers is the sum of numbers upon total numbers, which are 3 greater than or equal to cube root of the product of the numbers, and this gives you a cube plus b cube plus c cube is greater than or equal to 3 times ABC. Now since ABC are distinct, therefore we cannot have the equality case. Because equality case in AMGM holds only when the numbers are equal. It holds only when the numbers are equal. AM will be equal to GM only when the numbers are equal. So since the numbers are given as distinct, therefore they cannot be equal, and if they cannot be equal, AM cannot be equal to GM, which means we cannot have the equality at this position. And as a result of this, therefore we get a cube plus b cube plus c cube is greater than 3abc, which implies a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc is greater than 0, and this means minus times of a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc should be less than 0, and this is what the value of the determinant was. So therefore this implies determinant की value negative होगी. That is one way of solving the question, right? Now there is another interesting way of solving the same result, and maybe for that we can in fact look at, let's look at this particular step. Let's look at this one. Okay, let's look at this step. So when I look at this particular step, what we find is that this expression, observe carefully, this is same as half of a minus b square plus b minus c square plus c minus a square, right? This expression is equal to this value. Just expand this part, just expand this to verify yourself. So once you start with the expansion of this, just try to expand this. So on expansion you will get this quantity. Okay. And again, if you observe very carefully here, if you observe carefully, this quantity will be greater than 0. It cannot be equal to 0 because A is not equal to B. A, B, C are distinct. So this is strictly greater than 0. This is a square. A square value has to be greater than or equal to 0. And since A is not equal to B, it cannot be 0. So it has to be greater than 0. In the same way, this quantity is also greater than 0. And this is also greater than 0. So as a result, this entire expression becomes a positive value. A, B, C are distinct and positive, it is given. So therefore this first quantity is also positive, and you have a negative sign here. So together we get negative into negative into, this is a negative sign, into positive into positive. So that gives you overall a negative value. So that again proves that this determinant is definitely less than 0. So this is the second method you can use, and this is simply based on the factorization that we studied in class 10th. It is simply based on square completion. And this first method that we looked initially was based on AMGM inequality, right? So these are two simple examples to illustrate that how do we use the properties, how do we use the strategies. और ये बहुत important है. Main idea is observation. In the first question we observed that the columns contain identical elements. Whenever you have identical elements, you should always look for this particular set of transformation. This will help you in creating two zeros, which is again the part of the strategy here, right? Never rush to expand the determinant whenever you have two zeros. Maybe try to take something common, which was this strategy, and then this observations like standard factorization that we studied in class 10th, this helped us in solving the second example, this particular identity that we studied. So learn this is very important and will occur frequently in the subsequent sessions as well. So you should be learning this formula, right? So we now move to the next example. Now next example is slightly challenging. I won't be solving it myself. I'll just guide you. I'll just write the transformation steps. I'll help you to think how I arrive at those transformation steps, but then I won't be doing any calculations. The calculations must be done by you simultaneously. So let's move to the next problem. So let's move to this question now. So now this is again a very nice question based on observation. This requires lots of transformations. So I'm just guiding you. Take a paper and pencil with you and keep on calculating the determinant, and also keep on listening to me very carefully that how do I arrive at those transformations, why do I write those transformations. That's very important. ठीक है, तो अब देखो हमें प्रूव करना है दिस डिटरमिनेंट इज इक्वल टू दिस. नाउ ऑब्वियसली द एक्सपेंशन इज क्लियरली रूल्ड आउट बिकॉज ये बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा कैलकुलेशंस. इट विल बी वेरी बल्कि, प्लस द राइट साइड कंटेन्स दिस फैक्टर a प्लस b प्लस c होल क्यूब, विच मीन्स मुझे इसको फिर जो भी बड़ा सा एक्सप्रेशन आएगा उसको फैक्टराइज करना है. नॉट ऑल ऑफ अस नो द एक्सपेंशन ऑफ a प्लस b प्लस c होल क्यूब. It is not expected also that we learn the formula for a plus b plus c whole cube. A plus b plus c whole square we should know, but we do not know the formula for a plus b plus c whole cube. So from here I get the motivation कि क्या maybe we might have to take a plus b plus c common from the determinant, है ना? Maybe we can we take this common because this factor is appearing here. So maybe I'll have to work on this approach that maybe I can go for a plus b plus c common, and when I go for a plus b plus c common, then these are squares, every element is a square. So how do I get a plus b plus c common? Maybe I'll use the identity x square minus y square is equal to x minus y times x plus y, और इन दोनों में से कोई एक फैक्टर मुझे a plus c plus c दे दे. So then I can take a plus b plus c common. So this gives us the motivation that the difference of squares will give me some factorization, and maybe from there I can take a plus b plus c out. So let's start with the calculation. I'm just writing the transformation steps. I'll keep on guiding you, लेकिन you have to keep the paper and pencil with you. You have to solve it yourself. ठीक है? तो बच्चों पेपर पेंसिल साथ में रखना है and solve it yourself. So let's say to get a plus b plus c, I start with the transformation c1. I'm writing c1 as c1 minus c2, and I'm writing c2 as c2 minus c3, right? So apply these two transformation steps to get a determinant. Solve it yourself and let's see what you get. Using these two transformations, what you get. Maybe you should get something like a plus b plus c whole square times b plus c minus a, where b minus c minus a, maybe 0, 0, a plus c minus b, c minus a minus b, a square, b square, and a plus b whole square. So solve it yourself to arrive at this step. Check this particular step. And if you have not yet arrived at this step, then pause the video to reach this particular step. Think about it carefully, because I am guiding you for the subsequent problem solving part, which is more challenging. So just reach this particular step first. Okay. And now once you reach this particular step, I'll be again using two set of transformations, and these set of transformations will be from the third row subtract first and second row, and then from the first column, add the second column. So after using the first transformation, apply, this is the first set of transformation, the second set of transformation, and then the third set of transformation. Also keep on observing that what do I get out of this, क्यों कर रहे हैं हम, keep on thinking about this also. So after this step, after this third transformation, make sure that you get something like a plus b plus c whole square times b plus c minus a, b minus c minus a. Sorry, this would be incorrect. Keep on solving yourself, and you should get maybe you should get this. Just think about this. Try to reach this particular step. Try to reach this particular step. Or maybe here also. So try to reach this step, students. Done? So now once you reach this particular step, what you have to do is, the fourth transformation is multiply C1 with A. Now keep in mind, अगर हम किसी रो को A से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो फिर हमें divide the determinant, you'll have to divide determinant with A also. So multiply C1 with A and add C3. Similarly multiply C2 with B. Obviously you'll have to divide the determinant with B, and again add C3 here. So now you have to apply these two transformations, and make sure that after these two transformations, what you should get is a determinant of this type. you should get a determinant of this type. If you haven't arrived at this step, then again pause the video, first arrive at this step. First arrive at this step. And again, do not rush for the expansion. Now, from this particular determinant, from the first row, take A common, and from the second row, take B common. All right. Take A common from the first row and take B common from the second row. So now, after this, you'll get A plus B plus C whole square times B plus C, A, B, C plus A, B, 0, 0, 2AB. And then you can expand this along the third row to get the result.